This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Holden versus Tippins. You all have been married 9 years, but together 12. You have 2 children together.
2, yes, Your Honor.
Why have you opened this case against your husband?
We're here today because he's been showing some of the same signs from him cheating in the past.
Okay.
And it's like going out, staying out all night, and coming in line to tell me where he's going and where he's at, and just a whole bunch of funny acting stuff that he was showing in the past, from cheating in the past. You know.
So you have experienced cheating with Mr. Tippins before.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And so you know the signs.
Yes, I do.
And so this time around, you're like, oh, wait a minute.
We're not finna do this no more.
So you're done.
But she need to put the past in the past and like
ain't no past in
move
the
on.
past because you showing the same signs from the past.
Mr. Tippins.
Yes, sir.
Why are you here? What do you want to prove
I'm
today?
here to prove my innocence and let my wife know that I love her and like things that
love
we
you
done
too.
in the past. Like, it's in the past. It's like, no
But
need
if
to
you
keep...
love me,
Hold
what's
on,
saying?
Miss Holden, hold on.
Hold on, we want to
Ma'am,
hear
I
why
could even
it's-
be at home all day long. It's like, she's still accusing me of cheating. I cook, I clean, I wash the dishes, I do
All
everything.
right, I'm like a man
And
who
sometimes
can't
it's
out.
like, this lady, sometimes she'll drive you crazy to avoid situations, to keep arguing and going back and forth with her. It's ways to avoid situations.
So
I just
staying
leave
out all
out.
night is a way?
I have to go out and get a drink.
Staying
You know, you
up
see what I'm
for
doing?
6,
Miss
7
Holden, Miss
hours all
Holden.
night long?
Let me hear from him.
What kind of drink he getting?
Miss Holden, let me hear from him.
Sometimes you have to just stay away from the house, man. It's
No.
like...
Well,
things
Mr.
you can
Tippins,
put up
what
with.
kinds of things is she doing to try to catch you?
She goes through my phone, sometimes follows
tell you
me,
about that.
stalks
Miss Holden.
me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay,
If
Miss
I'm at
Holden,
work-
hold on, Mr. Tippins.
Yes, sir.
Miss Holden, you got a lot to talk about, and we are going to hear from you, I promise. But let me hear his side of the story. We heard your side of the story. Let me hear his side of the story.
Let me tell you this.
That's
No,
one of
no,
the
no,
problems we
no,
have.
no.
You see?
No.
That's one of the things we have right there.
He
Miss-
a victim in everything.
Miss Holden. Miss Holden. Now,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Tippins.
Yes, Your Honor.
What kinds of things does she do to try to catch you cheating?
She goes to my phone, Your Honor, calling my job and just...
How does that make you feel?
It just makes me... It's embarrassing sometimes, you know? It's really embarrassing.
Wait a minute, Mr. Tippins.
Yeah.
Is it true that you cheated in the past?
Yes, I have cheated in the past, but I got led to reasons...
But she feels like when you're not around, she's got to wonder about what you're doing. So you got to give her some grace about that.
Well, let's figure, Miss Holden, what happened in the past?
Right after I had my baby, it's this lady that he's been messing with, before me. Okay, right after I had my baby, he got out the car with me, and on his phone, she calls his phone. And I pick up the phone, hello? It's a woman voice, hello? But she hung up when she heard my voice.
But she's not telling
and so
you
Hold on,
he
Miss-
got back to the car. He got back to the car, say, Jamel, a girl just called your phone. He said, what you doing with my phone? A girl just called your phone. He fight me over the phone. I'm talking about all over me, trying to fight me over the phone.
And you think, okay, why you acting like that? If it's just a friend or whatever, why you acting crazy?
First of all, ain't no friend supposed to be calling his phone. I'm your only friend.
He can't have.
Okay, so-
Wait, he can't have
I
any
can't
female.
even
we can
have
talk.
friends. I
Miss
can't do
Holden,
nothing.
he
You
can't
see?
have female friends.
No,
She's
what
very
kind of
controlling,
no?
very
He don't
controlling.
want me to have female friends.
Miss Holden, have you ever caught him with a woman?
Okay, the fast food place where he used to work at. I pulled up one day. Some light-skinned girl and her baby sitting in the car. When he got out and went into the fast food place, that's when I went in there and I confronted him then. So who you in the car with?
I took
Who
off
is
running. I
this?
just left, you know?
Who is this you in the car with? He had no explanation. What you doing in his car? Once again, it's his it's his boss wife. He handling some business for his boss wife. I mean, why you gotta do it? Why you in the car?
So you've had these issues of cheating in the past, but you took him back. Tell me why you take him back.
Because I love him, Your Honor. That's I'm saying that's my husband. I'm
Because she was
gonna blame it
doing
on
things
that.
also
That's
at
my
the time,
husband, and I love him, and he's a good provider, and like we're there for each other.
You love him,
I love him.
and you keep taking him back.
And I keep taking him back, but this time, it ain't no love. For love don't live here no more. If this come out to be what I think it is, it ain't no love.
Okay, but here's the thing. You're at the point now where love ain't gonna cover it no more.
It's not. I'm
and you
tired.
done if
I'm
you
so
find out
tired.
he's cheating.
If I find out he's cheating,
Excuse
baby,
me,
he
Your
gonna
Honor.
have to sign them papers.
Why do you think we're at that point now? What's going on now that makes you think he's cheating?
Because he's showing some of the same signs. Like I said once before, he's showing some of the same signs. This last little girlfriend that he was messing with. One day I'm looking through his phone. You know, on Facebook you hit the search thing. First thing I see is her face. We freshly back together. First thing as I see is her face, his ex-girlfriend.
Okay, you submitted this information to the court, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's take a look.
See that? Go to the top of the page where the little magnify glass at.
Right.
And you'll hit, you'll just push that, and then you'll type in a person's name that you're looking for, and it'll pull up their whole page.
So when you went and looked at his page,
I didn't even
the
type the
last
name
thing
in.
he searched
was her.
and it came up.
Her face, she come up just cheesing, just smiling.
His
And then her.
his ex-girlfriend.
That's his ex-girlfriend.
And this is a woman he cheated with while he's been married to you.
Yes.
Mr. Tippins, why are you searching
I was just
for your
looking.
ex?
So I was just looking. I mean, which I was probably wrong doing that, but I mean, I
But
wasn't
why were you
doing
looking for
anything.
her?
I was just searching through the Facebook page and it popped up. So
No,
I was
she
just like,
can't
I was
pop
just
up
trying
if
to
it's
see what's
on a
going on.
search thing. How you got
It
to
just
search for
popped
her?
up. It
You
just
got to
popped
type
up
her
on my
name in
page.
there
Help
for
me
her
out with
name to
this.
come up.
Okay, Cutler.
Since you all got back together, have you had sexual contact with his ex-girlfriend?
No, sir, I have not.
You have not.
I have not.
Only thing you did was look on Facebook,
That's
but that
right.
was it. That's
I
what you're
haven't had
saying.
no communication with her. I know her phone number still. I haven't tried to call and get in contact with her because I'm trying to put the past in the past
Oh,
to
hold
move
on.
with my wife and my family. And I
Okay.
know if this going on, we done been through this. If I'm so serious about it, I didn't want to do nothing that I would want my wife to do to me.
Miss Holden, I can see that by the look on your face, this is not the only reason you think he's cheating.
It's not.
Okay, tell me.
This is not the only reason. Okay, first of all, the same stuff that he used to do, because he was cheating. Okay, when we separated, he was cheating on his girlfriend with me. Tell her, baby, I'm finna go to the corner store, something like that. Okay, and then he'll come to my house around 12 o'clock, and he won't leave until like 5 in the morning. So,
And
but
now he's doing that.
He doing that to me. He tell me he
When
finna
I'm
go to the
doing
corner
this
store.
now, she's causing
Your
problems
Honor.
to her.
Mr. Tippins, hold on.
Your
Okay,
Honor.
everybody quiet.
Yes, sir.
I'm surprised you haven't grabbed that gavel, Mr. Cutler.
We are trying to find out what is going on here.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot do that if you all are talking not only over you all, but you're talking over us too.
Sorry. Yes.
Otherwise, we're gonna have to just dismiss your case and throw it out
And here's
because
the
we
thing.
can't get the information.
The way y'all are dealing with us is
I-
how you deal with each
I
other.
ain't even got to that part yet.
And
I-
that is why y'all here, because y'all don't even listen to each other. Y'all
Not
don't
a
listen
word.
to us.
Not
y'all
a
don't
word
listen to each other.
anybody's saying.
So, finish telling me about
Okay.
this issue.
So he would tell a girlfriend that he's going to get something to eat, and he would come to my house.
Okay.
And he's starting to do something like the same things with me. Like for instance,
Tell me about that.
okay, like for instance, the other night he say he going to the corner store. The corner store, can I show you?
Sure.
Okay.
You brought an exhibit.
Step to the monitor,
plasma.
please.
Okay. Your Honor, this here is our house.
Okay.
He say he going to the corner store. If he walking, it's 8 minutes to the corner store. It's just right there. But he driving, so we're gonna make that 2 minutes. Why it take you 6 hours, for 4 to 6 hours to go to the corner store?
6 hours
6 hours to go to the corner
to
store.
go from your home to
from my house to the corner
an
store.
8-minute walk.
He
is
driving.
taking 6 hours by
She getting on
car.
my
Yes,
nerve. I got to do
he's
something.
driving.
I
And
got to
then
do
know
something.
you come back
you know?
with what he say he supposed to got at the store.
So
know?
you are absolutely sure in your mind that he was out with another woman cheating. Because that's exactly what he did when he was
It's
cheating
the
with
same thing. It's the same exact thing.
But
Okay,
she's
step
not
back.
letting
Thank
you
you so
know.
much.
She's not
Mr.
letting you know.
Tippins.
Yes, sir.
you. Did you go for a 6-hour beer?
I ain't go for no 6-hour beer. I'm dealing with her fussing and fighting, arguing all the time. So when I leave to get a beer, the reason why I'm out,
Why do I do
I'm getting a piece of mind.
But
I'm just
Mr.
sitting at
Tippins, here's the
store.
problem though. When you leave to say, I'm going to the store to pick up items A, B, C, and D, and then you come back 6 hours later and you don't even have the items you were going to the store for, that's creating suspicion, especially given the fact that you've cheated in the past. You see how that plays out?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we hear it all the time, love, in this courtroom. I didn't tell him X because I didn't want Y to happen.
Yeah.
And then you end up with Z happening.
Which is worse.
Which is worse because she may not like that you're going away for 2 hours, but at least you've been truthful about it.
Yeah.
When you lie and say, I'm going to the corner store and she knows it's 3 minutes away, she's like,
Can I say something,
then-
Your Honor? I can go to the store and come right back, and it'll still be a problem.
He never does.
It's always a problem.
It's never
I
a
do.
comeback.
it is nothing worse than a man who just disappears.
Miss Holden, Do you have any other reason to believe that he's cheating?
Okay, another disappearing act. Okay, this is a couple of nights back. Okay, we were out at his friend's house and they was shooting dice, playing or whatever. And so he dropped me. It was me, my daughter, and his other friend. It's like 12:30 at night. He drops us off at home, and he supposed to go drop his friend off and come back to the house because he wasn't shooting no dice. It wasn't looking good on the dice game that night. So I know how long it take for him to go drop his friend off and come back. It don't take about 15, 20 minutes. So an hour or two passed, I'm calling his phone. I don't want to talk. That's the first thing he have on his voicemail. His phone going straight to voicemail the whole time. If you're not doing nothing, why you not answering your phone? Now, you know my daughter got to go to school, and we wake up at 6 o'clock to get her ready. By 6:30, we out the door. You still ain't home. You left
6 a.m.?
Your Honor, he still ain't home. He still ain't home.
True enough, I stayed out late that night. I was out having drinks and I was shooting dice, nothing more, nothing that. But second of all, the reason why I didn't answer my phone while she was calling, because I'm shooting dice. I'm winning. Have you ever gambled before? And she's calling me on my phone. I can't concentrate.
I like a good game of dice like everybody else, Mr. Tippins. But till 7 a.m.?
At the time, the reason why I stayed out to 7 a.m.,
over.
this how I had felt. I called and I was on my way home. She's just blah, blah, just going out. So I'm like, you know what? When I go
Because
home,
you
I know
had
it's
been
gonna go on.
gone.
First of all, let me
You
speak.
had been gone since
Can
that
I speak,
night.
please? First of all, I was like, well, if I'm gonna go home to this, why not have fun? So I stayed on out. I knew I was already in the doghouse, so I said I might as well stay out and enjoy myself,
All right.
And that's the reason why I stayed out.
All right, I think we have heard enough. I know I have heard enough. Have you heard enough, love?
My head is spinning.
All right, so let's review. You suspect your husband is cheating because he's cheated in the past.
Yes, ma'am.
You recently found your husband searching for a woman he cheated on you with in the past. You see him going out and he's disappearing, staying out all night, telling you, I'll be right back. He doesn't come back. And moreover, this is a pattern that you've experienced when he was cheating with you.
She's seen it before.
On his girlfriend. So all of this together means, in your mind's eye,
cheating.
He's cheating.
Yes,
If
Your
you
Honor.
find out that he is still cheating, you are done.
He out of there. I'm not gonna keep putting myself and my kids through this. He's gone.
He's gone.
So this court has done a complete and full investigation to find out, is he cheating?
Your Honor.
At this time, the court will call certified polygraph examiner Michael Williams. Ron, please escort Mr. Williams into the courtroom.
Yes, Your Honor. Michael Williams. How are you, sir?
Good day, Mr. Williams. How are you?
There you are.
You conducted a polygraph examination of Mr. Tippins, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you're here to share the results.
Yes, sir.
For the record, would you tell us about your credentials?
I have been a polygraph examiner for the last 25 years. I'm a retired federal agent.
All right. Are you nervous, Mr. Tippins?
No.
He looked.
You want to get this
I
done?
want to say something. Can I say something?
No, we getting ready to do the polygraph. Okay. Mr. Tippins was asked, the night you dropped your family home and went back to your friend's house to play dice, did you have sexual intercourse with any women? What was his response?
Your Honor, he said no.
What did the lie detector prove?
The lie detector determined he was being truthful.
Oh. Ooh, look at her. She's grabbing her chest. She's doing this.
I think that's
Big
the first smile I've
smile. I
seen.
know.
That's the first
Look, it-
smile I've seen during this proceeding.
All right. And Mr. Tippins standing there cool and calm. Let's see what else.
Mr. Tippins was asked, since rekindling your relationship with your wife in 2016, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman other than your wife? What was his response to that question?
Your Honor, his response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Well, on this question, there were no significant physiological responses, which indicated to me Mr. Tippin was being truthful.
There's that smile again.
There's
There's that smile again.
All right, Mr. Tippins, whatever you got to say it to her.
What I gotta say is, we've been married 10 years, I'm about to cry, I'm not ashamed of it. All I would like you to do for these 10 years, though, is just carry my last name. I'm showing that I've been honest and have not been doing anything, and I just would like you to carry my last name. Let's move forward and raise our kids and be adults instead of being childish.
You got that.
Miss Holden, what do you have to say to Mr. Tippins?
Baby, I love you. And I'm very relieved, I'm very happy that you're not cheating. But you need to stop all this whole staying out at night. You know, and what I don't understand is, Jamel, that you know how I'm gonna act when you do that. So why even do that? Why even go through it?
All right,
know?
now, you all have got to learn how to communicate. You all are always talking and never hear what the other person says. That is not effective communication, and it is killing your relationship.
Yes, it is.
To the point where you've got to run out like, I don't want to be bothered with this. And because he's running out, you're steadily chasing after him because he's running out. You can't have a successful relationship like that. It doesn't work. That is the biggest step you all need to accomplish. You all have been together for 4 years. You're married. But whether this marriage goes any further depends on what happens in this courtroom today. Is that right, Ms. Staves?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've opened this case. Tell us why.
I'm here because I'm for sure that my husband is cheating. I call him texting some chick saying I love you. So I looked over and I was like, you love somebody? And he was just like, oh, that's not what it is. You read it wrong. Like, I got 2 eyes. I can see.
Who you telling I love you to?
Yeah, Honor, I wasn't, it wasn't even I love you. It said I miss you.
So who are you conversing with saying, I love you, I miss you, or
Either one.
what other term of affection you want to use?
It was a coworker that I was working with.
Unless your coworker is her.
And it wasn't.
Is she your coworker?
No.
Oh, come on, Mr. Staves. This is couples court 101. If you write a coworker talking about I miss you, I love you, what else is she gonna think?
I mean, I'm not. You know, I'm not.
You're going by what your shirt says, not guilty.
Not guilty. You got to feel me. You know. So.
Have you had sex or any contact with this coworker, Mr. Staves?
No, not really. We might hung out and I might say some flirtatious stuff maybe, you know. But,
Have you kissed her?
No.
Have you touched her?
No, I didn't.
All right.
So, Ms. Staves, you found this I love you text. What other warning signs have you seen?
Well, we used to go on dates like every Friday. Now ever since we got married, like for the last 3 years, we haven't been on no dates. We used to have sex like 2-3 times a day, and now we might have it once a week, if that.
Okay, here's the thing. No dates? You said no dates for the last 3 years?
For 3 years.
We've been on dates, but they seem like they're not good enough, or like we just trying to recently go out to like concerts and stuff. So I've been wanting to be able to do that for her, you know what I'm saying, as if she did for me before, you know. So I'm like trying to work on
Our
it,
last date was a concert 3 years ago. And I took him on that date.
She said ain't nothing to appreciate. She's like, there is no dating, so there's nothing for me to appreciate. Which makes me want to go, okay.
Yeah,
you said 3, you haven't gone on one, you used to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What was it like when you used to do this? What was
We
what
used
was
to
the
have
beginning
fun.
like?
Like, it used to be the time where he'd just like pop up at the house and be like, oh, I want to take you somewhere, or he'd be like, I got a secret for you, and then it really, like 2 seconds later, he's like, okay, I can't keep it. I want to take you out on a date. This is what we're gonna do. I end up getting pregnant with our oldest daughter, and a couple of like a year or 2 later, on Halloween, he proposed to me. Him and my daughter got on one knee, and she asked me would I marry her daddy.
Oh, that's cute.
That's how we met. That's how we became a couple and married.
So it was kind of sweet. You all were
Yeah,
friends.
we used to be really close and really had a lot of fun together and loved each other. And I don't know, all the fun is just gone. It just seemed like we do just arguing all the time. And
So, Mr. Staves, what it sounds like to me is when you were trying to get her, your game was up here.
Yeah.
And then once you got her, you kind of dropping your game a little bit. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's not even
Right.
It's not. That's right, but it's a lot of things that came with it. She did stuff like bleach my clothes, you know what I'm saying? And that was before I was even cheating or anything. She accused me of
Before you were cheating?
Yeah, you know. Like
Before you were cheating?
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Before she accused me of cheating. I'm sorry. That's why I meant to put it like that. Like
You sure you don't want to cover that? Cover your shirt up a little bit?
It was a chick that we knew, you know what I'm saying, both in the town that we moved to, and she thought I was still seeing her and everything, and
Because you asked about her.
Because I asked about her.
House.
Yeah, I asked about her with my own friend, and it was just nonchalant. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, man, I used to, you know what I'm saying, know her like this and that, but I don't know if she still stay over there. That's how I said it. But he went back as if, you know, I was still looking for her. We went by her house and all that type of stuff. But it wasn't even that case, you know.
So, Miss Staves, why don't you bleach his clothes?
Because when I asked about it, he was lying.
What did you ask him about?
I asked him why he was trying to go. Why was he even worried about that girl? Like, I think he was over there seeing the girl. So I bleached his clothes.
Okay, I gotta say, once you bleach a man's clothes, he's gonna be less inclined to want to take you out on a date. I'm just saying.
Okay, that was like one incident.
To take out in.
It was
trying to figure that out.
He said he ain't got nothing to put.
He got nothing to wear.
He got clothes to wear.
Okay, so we know you have these warning signs.
Yes.
These things that are making you think something's amiss. But what do you have that shows he's cheating?
Well, one day I had, he went missing and I couldn't, get a hold of him. So he told me where he was staying at. So I called that person and was like, hey, is DeAndre over there? He said no. So I called my homegirl and I was like, okay, something's up.
Hold on, let me ask you something. Had y'all had a falling out?
We had an argument, yeah.
Okay, so he's left to cool off.
Yeah,
all right.
Or so he said.
All right.
And so I called my best friend. I was like, it's submission time, so let's, suit up, let's go.
It's what time?
It's mission time.
Mission time, okay. Ooh.
So my friend pulled up. I was like, all right, we get in the car, and I was like, we were supposed to go to the store, and she wanted to go to the store way out. So I said, no, I want to go to the store closer by. And I'm telling you, it's God, because God works in mysterious ways in my life, honey. I pull up. Before I can even turn off my car, I see DeAndre coming out the store. And so I look beside me. It's a chick in this car. I said, so when he see me, he see my best friend, he already know what's going on.
There's a woman in his car?
No, in her car. It's in her car, but it was only 3 cars. It was the car that pulled up with me and my car and this car beside, and here come DeAndre just strolling out.
So he sees you.
He seen me and he took off into the car. Well,
he's running?
Yes, he kind of sped up because he know what's at the top. So I opened the door.
You opened the car door?
Yes, and I drug him out.
Oh.
You physically drug him out of the car?
Yes.
Oh. How'd you do that? Did you grab him by the shoulders?
No, I grabbed him by his hair.
Oh, real dragging. Oh.
She actually dragged you out of your car by your hair.
She dragged me out the car. I didn't even see her. I came out on a whole different mission, but she'll swear up and down that, you know what I'm saying, I seen her and I tried to run to the car and jump in.
Mrs. Staves, for those of us who want to know, what happened next?
We get back in the car, we leave. I can't get a hold of him. We not, he still didn't come home. He didn't go,
You still didn't go home? After you caught red-handed, you didn't go home?
The girl was my friend, you know what I'm saying?
Of course she was.
She
always friends.
Give me a ride back and forth to work, you know what I'm saying? Trying to help me out, you know what I'm saying? Because I was...
Is this the same friend you miss or /love?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's a different one.
It's a different...
Different coworker.
Yeah,
Have you ever told her you miss a lover?
No, I didn't. I did not.
Did she see you get dragged out the car?
Oh, yeah. Oh, baby was scared.
She circled back, you know what I'm saying, just to see what's out.
Oh, she pulled off and left you?
Yeah, she pulled off. Yo.
Oh, she didn't have no choice.
Hold on, Mr. Cutler.
She didn't have no choice.
Hold on, Mr. Cutler. She drags him out by the hair. Homegirl leaves him.
Oh,
she's like,
no choice.
Deuces.
But she did come back at some point.
She's
just
like,
to probably look and see if he was okay.
You okay? Oh, this is so
she just trying
rich.
to make sure I was cool, you know what I'm saying?
So you say nothing happened?
Yes.
You are not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right.
That's what you and your shirt say,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
That's what y'all say.
Because I'm like...
have you caught your husband in any other, what's the word, compromising situation?
Yes, I've caught him in several compromising situations. We had a neighbor, she's a hoe, and
I understand how you feel. I feel you. I understand how you feel, but let's just call her
the neighbor.
the neighbor.
The neighbor.
But
Okay, well, we have
the special neighbor.
Oh, yeah, she's special. All right, we have a neighbor that's special. I didn't want him around them, and so I was like, just so we don't have those kind of issues, just stay away from her, you know, just be, you know what I'm saying? Just if you don't want no problems, it won't be no problems if you just stay away from this person.
But how you want me to practically avoid this girl at all costs in this small apartment? If I go if I come down the stairs or go ahead to work, or if I see her outside, I gotta
turn around and go the other way.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It just seemed like, you know what I'm saying, it was a little more controlling than, you know what I'm saying, her just, you know, respecting me or trusting me, you know?
Okay, so wait, just one question. So you didn't mind her giving you a heads up about it, right?
Yeah.
But what you didn't like is, and if you see her, I don't even want you to look at her, you come back in the house and she goes like all that.
Like,
we
had a neighbor, me and my friend hung out with her and the special female and her cousin. They came over, you know, and it's not my house. I can't tell them to leave or none of that. So I sat there for a minute and conversated with the owner of the house. And then I was like, all right, we gotta go, you know what I'm saying, because they up here, you know.
Well, later I'm doing a neighbor's hair.
How much later?
Like 2 days later. It was
2 days later?
Like 2 days later, I'm doing a neighbor's hair, and she's feeling me and how he was with the neighbor and the girls and all this stuff. And then when I come outside my house, I stopped doing her hair to ask them about it. He in the doorway with the girl that I told him don't be around, smoking a Black and Mild or something, or smoking a cigarette or something.
All right.
Mr. Staves.
Mr. Staves.
Mr. Staves, just, can you put your hand over that top part? Do you want to do that?
No, because I'm telling you, you gotta feel it. Look, I'm telling you, I'm not guilty. I promise you that.
Okay, why you with this woman? Why you with the woman your wife is specifically said, no.
She opened the door and was like, oh, I see how y'all doing it, how this going now. I'm like, I'm not even doing anything to her. I'm not hugged up with her. I'm not touching on her. She just so happened to come outside and didn't have no cigarette to smoke or anything. So I just gave her the black and I was gonna get up and leave.
Let the girl go find the cigarettes. She know how to find cigarettes. She was finding cigarettes before she met you. With her broke self.
Mr. Cutler, let's look at these accusations. She found him in another woman's car and she dragged him out by the hair. My personal favorite.
Mine's too.
She also told him specifically to stay away from this particular special neighbor. Then you've got that they've not been out on dates. Mm-hmm. Their sex life has decreased. And I'm sure because the sex life decreased, she's like, well, if he ain't doing it with me, who's he doing with? Right. Am I right?
Right.
And this one-time happy marriage, friends with benefits, friends that become lovers, friends that become husband and wife, all of that is at risk. And if you find out he's cheating, you're done?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard because we got 2 kids together. I don't want to lose it, but at the same time, I don't want to be miserable either.
All right.
Well, in order to get to the truth, this court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call former military interrogator Lena Cisco to determine, is he cheating? Please report Ms. Cisco in. Ms. Cisco, good day. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, Your Honor?
Doing fine. It's good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
We've got Mr. and Mrs. Staves here trying to figure out whether this marriage is going forward or not. Tell us what you did to investigate this case.
Well, I first had the accused write a witness statement, and I analyzed it for any indicators of deception and truthfulness. And I studied their case file, and I put together an interrogation strategy, and then I interrogated Mr. Staves to see if he was cheating.
As it pertains to Mr. Staves and this special female neighbor, what did you uncover?
When I asked Mr. Staves about the female neighbor, he told me that he was at an apartment of another tenant and the female neighbor showed up. Then he told me I was not trying to get up on the neighbor, meaning I wasn't trying to have sex with the neighbor. And while he was saying this, he was shaking his head no. So verbally, he's saying no. Non-verbally, he's saying no. So that's congruent behavior, which is indicative of truthfulness.
So you don't believe he slept with the neighbor?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Because-
No indicators of deception.
Okay. All right. So the fact that his behavior, what he was saying matched what his body was doing.
Correct.
Is what you rely on to make that determination.
Correct.
All right. So what did you learn about the woman at the store where he got dragged out of the car?
When I asked Mr. Staves about that woman at the store, he was very open with me. So again, providing a lot of detail, so I didn't have to probe for the information. And then he told me that he did have an affair with that woman, and it just ended a couple months ago.
Ms. Staves,
Yeah.
you just heard from our expert that your husband admitted he had an affair with the woman that you saw him with at the store. What's going through your mind?
This is just really embarrassing, and you could have been real with me. You know, I'm probably the only person that, like, if you had been real, I would have understood. Like, if you gotta...
Mr. Staves, I'm not sure you understand that marriage means one person, regardless of what's going on. And when you're in a marriage, when things are bad, I mean, everything ain't always been as lovely as you see with me and Mr. Cutler here. We've been married 30 years. But what you don't do is take those bumps to somebody else to take care of. You stay at home and say, look, I'm mad at you. I'm not happy with you. What are we gonna do about it?
I did that before, Your Honor, several times over, you know.
Then maybe you all don't need to be together. I mean, there's some... There's some marriages that just don't work out for whatever reason. You all have been together for about a year and a half. You're currently living together. And Mr. Curtis, you proposed to Miss Manning about a month ago. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor, that's right.
Right. And Miss Manning, you said no.
Yes, Your Honor.
Not until you get the results of today's court hearing. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So tell us why you're in court today.
I'm here, Your Honor, to find out if my fiancé is cheating on me.
Mr. Curtis, what do you hope to prove today?
I hope to not prove anything, to show her and let her know that I've never cheated on her, I haven't cheated on her, and I would never do that.
You haven't, wouldn't, and never have.
Exactly, Your Honor.
So we have a potential marriage on the line. If he is proven to be a cheater, you are out. You are not going to accept his proposal, and you're done with this relationship.
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
But if he's proven to have been faithful, you are going to go forward with this relationship.
Yes, and I'll stop accusing him.
All right, and why do you think your fiancé-to-be is cheating on you?
He lost his job about 3-4 months ago. Mr. Curtis told me that he got fired for him and his manager got in an argument. So I called the manager to see if we can resolve it somehow and let him have his job back. The manager informed me that no, that wasn't the case, that he got fired for having an inappropriate relationship with a former employer.
Your Honor, that's not true. She was having me work doubles from open to close. I wasn't getting my regular breaks, stuff like that, and I just got tired of it.
So why would the manager tell your girlfriend, soon-to-be fiancé, that you were having inappropriate relations or relationships with coworkers? Why would you do that?
Honestly, Your Honor, I don't even think she ever called my manager, to be honest. For one, my manager wouldn't be able to talk to her about anything like that. So therefore, why would I believe that she called my manager?
I called your manager in front of you, so therefore you knew. When his manager told me about this, I went to the job to confront this female that he was supposedly in a relationship with. At the time, was told that she didn't want to speak with me. She didn't want to talk to me for me to ask Chris about it.
All right, did you talk to Mr. Curtis?
Yes, and I was informed that the manager was lying, that he didn't understand why she told me that, but that he got fired because they were fighting, the manager and him.
Was this the beginning of you losing trust with Mr. Curtis?
Yes, ma'am.
What was your relationship like before this?
Your Honor, before this, when we first met, it was like love at first sight. We hit it off. I got stuck in Tulsa visiting some family members, and it was like instant connection.
Mr. Curtis?
Yeah. What was the first thing that attracted you to her?
The first thing that attracted me to her was her eyes and her personality and the way she carried herself.
She does have pretty eyes.
Are you still attracted to her?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
I can tell this is getting to you.
I'm just tired of being accused of cheating on her, Your Honor.
Is it tearing you up inside?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Talk to her about that.
I mean, you know I love you. I mean, we've been together for a year and a half. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you.
But then why? Why sneaking around with your phone? Why taking it in the bathroom with you when you shower?
All right,
So,
what is this
yeah.
about the phone?
Yeah.
Your Honor, here a few months back, he started getting real sneaky with his phone to the point where his phone went everywhere with him. To the bathroom, to outside. Everywhere he went, he took his cell phone with him.
Is that a new behavior? That's not something he was always doing?
No, he never did that. I had his phone nearly all the time before this.
Okay, so why do you think he's all of a sudden taking his phone, hiding his phone from you?
Honestly, Your Honor, I think it's because one night, late at night, it was about 3 in the morning, his phone was just ringing, going off. He would not wake up and get it, so I reached over and grabbed it. I answered it, didn't know who it was. It was a female. She started laughing and hung up.
Yeah.
So when I wake Mr. Curtis up to ask him about it, oh, she's got the wrong number. But this same number keeps calling at least once to twice every week. So she still got the wrong number?
Who is this?
Yeah. Do you know the number?
No, Your Honor, I don't. I've never seen the number before. I don't even know who she's talking about.
Okay, is there a reason why a woman would continue to call your phone week after week?
No, Your Honor, there's not. The only females I talk to are family members and her. That's it.
Can you
I don't
block
know.
her on your phone?
I'm sure I can if I looked at it.
Have you tried?
No, Your Honor, I haven't.
Has she asked you to change your phone number?
No, I've had
Yes.
the same phone number for almost a year.
Okay, but you just stood here with tears in your eyes saying you don't like being accused.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, but you're not doing anything to help her move past her suspicions. That's an easy fix.
All right.
I mean, even I, who am not tech savvy, like, can't you block that? I mean, if I know it, I know somebody your age knows it.
You're right, Your Honor.
Well, now, I mean, just because the number comes up doesn't necessarily mean it's incriminating.
Block
though.
it.
Okay, but, I mean, so every number that comes up that I don't recognize, I got to block.
If she's laughing on the phone, yes. Every time.
It could be a kid making a prank phone call.
Not every week.
Block.
Block it.
Okay. We still have not heard anything incriminating yet from Ms. Manning.
Your Honor, there was a time where I have the text messages where him and his ex were texting back and forth to each other.
Yeah. Okay, Ron, would you grab that for us, please?
Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Let me ask you a serious, do you still have any feelings left for me? Hey, call me so we can talk, please.
Yes, I really do.
And then you write, let me ask you this. What would be the possibility of us getting back together and working all this out? Okay.
Okay, what did you feel when you saw this?
When I first seen this, it was like anger just went through me. Number one, why would my supposed to be fiance even agree to something like this?
Okay, if you're in a relationship with Ms. Manning, why do you need to know if your ex-girlfriend still has feelings for you?
Because I wasn't the one that ended our relationship, Your Honor. My ex was. So therefore, I was wanting and needing closure on that.
But she ended it. That's as much closure as you can get.
Exes are exes. That's why they're called exes.
Exactly. I mean, I had a momentary moment of weakness to where I thought maybe we could get back together and try to work things out.
But if you have her, why are you even...
Because at that point in time, Your Honor, we were fighting a lot.
Fighting about what?
Just her accusing me, you know, running the streets, this and that.
So were you running the streets?
I was with family, with friends.
Okay, Ms. Manning, he's out with family and friends. What's wrong with that?
Would you allow your spouse to be out until 3 a.m., Your Honor? When they do finally come in, their text messages just start going off and off and off?
Will you? Will you? Speaking to the mic.
I don't allow Miss Cutler to do anything. She does what she wants to do because I trust her and I love her.
Good answer, Mr. Cutler.
I got that. All right. Okay.
I don't trust him, Your Honor.
But really, no. The answer is no.
This woman...
he can say all that. No. How long ago did you see this text?
Like 2 weeks ago, Your Honor.
Dude, you've asked this question after you've asked her to marry you?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Oh my goodness.
I called her up, and I was informed at that point in time that she was informed that we were no longer together.
Did you tell the ex, Mr. Curtis,
No.
that you and Miss Manning were no longer together?
He didn't
No,
have to.
I
He
never-
asked her when we gonna get back. Did you want to get back together? She thought he was free. I
Well-
know I would.
Did you tell her you were not with anyone at the time?
No, Your Honor, I did not. She's the one that brought up wanting to get back with me, so therefore, that's how the conversation proceeded from me asking what the possibility of us getting back together was. I didn't hide my phone with the text messages on there. I didn't erase them. I never lied to Miss Manning about it. She could go through my phone anytime and look at them. They were right there. I didn't have anything to hide.
So let me understand. Your ex is lying,
Yes, Your Honor.
and your manager's lying.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you are standing here telling me the truth.
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
He tells me that they did a video chat, and afterwards, the ex telling him goodbye, and for a split 5 seconds that the feelings had came back. Well, this woman's not been in the picture. I've been there for a year and a half, so if the feelings came back after 5 seconds, they've been there this whole time.
Yeah.
I cannot argue with your logic. So what do you want to know?
If he still has feelings for her, and if he's still in love with her, because if he's still in love with her, there's no reason for him to live with me and be with me.
All right, Miss Manning, in addition to the love suit that you brought, you also have a lawsuit, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
What? All right, what is the claim in your lawsuit that you have against Mr. Curtis?
Your Honor, if it comes back that he ain't telling me the truth, then I want reimbursed for everything that I've done.
Well, and when you say everything you've done, what do you mean?
Your Honor, I pay all the bills, I pay the rent, I support him. He does not work, I work 2 jobs.
All right, so I see here you have household expenses that run roughly about $1,115 per month, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
For a total of 5 months, and the total amount of that is $5,575, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you think the court should award you half of the expenses if, in fact, he's been living off of you and cheating with other women?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we do know that there have been exchanges of text messages indicating he still has feelings for her, and he wants to know, does she have feelings for him? There are 2 tiers. The first tier is, did you do it?
And I admitted to it. Yes, I did.
Okay, and then the next tier is, why are you doing it? It is inappropriate. It's not enough to say, look, I robbed the bank. You shouldn't have robbed the bank.
I understand that. But at that point in time, we were fighting all the time.
Let me just say this. We have been married 28 years. If you think you're going to go forward and not have disagreements, you're insane.
Okay, but not every day, all day for
Yeah,
months at
sometimes
a
it
time.
looks just like that.
Not for months at a time, though, Your Honor.
Sometimes it looks just
Until
like
you get
that.
it worked out, yeah.
And
you
then,
can.
and the thing is, you can't say, well, I'm mad at you, so therefore I'm going to do things that violate my marriage. And violating your marriage includes flirting and having emotional ties and contacts with other women.
Okay, but we're not married.
So all of a sudden you're gonna get right when you say I do?
No, I never said that, Your Honor.
Okay, here's
I'm
the thing. The dating process and the engagement period is a training ground for your marriage.
And I
If you
understand
can't
that.
get it right in the training ground, you're not gonna get it right on the
It's not
playing.
just me, though, Your Honor.
To get to the bottom of this, we have ordered a polygraph test, and we have the results. The court would like to call Mr. Michael Williams, certified polygraph examiner. Ron, would you escort him into the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams, how are you today?
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
How are you,
Doing
Mr.
okay.
Williams?
Good. Thank you.
I like that tie.
Thank you.
All right. Miss, yeah, are you flirting? You know,
Okay,
You know, 'cause
wait a minute, Mr. Cutler, I'm
wait.
not that kind of bold. I'm not that kind of bold.
Because we can move from the bench down into the podium.
No. No. There'll be none of that. There'll be that. I was just admiring a nice tie, Mr. Cutler.
Okay, all right, I'm just checking.
Looks like somebody else is going to need a polygraph.
Yeah. All right. Mr. Williams, over the course of your career, what percentage of polygraph examinations would you say lead to determinations of cheating?
I'd say somewhere between 85 and 90%, Your Honor.
And so in this case, Mr. Curtis was asked a number of questions for his exam, correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Curtis was asked, during your 1.5-year relationship with Ms. Manning, have you had any sexual intercourse with the ex with which you were caught texting? What was his response?
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
There was no significant response to this question, which is an indication that the subject was being truthful.
How do you feel about that, Ms. Manning?
A relief.
Mr. Curtis was also asked, during your 1.5-year relationship, have you had sexual contact with anyone other than Ms. Manning? What was his response to that question?
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
No unusual significant anomalies indicating that he was being truthful.
So clearly nothing happened with a coworker.
Exactly.
All right. I see those tears in your eyes again, I think.
I'm just hoping that she's actually understands that I've never cheated on her.
All right.
All right.
We have one more question. Mr. Curtis was asked, are you still in love with the ex you were caught texting? What was his response?
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Your Honor, there was a significant physiological response to this question, which indicates that the subject was being deceptive.
Mr. Curtis, do you still have feelings for this ex?
No, Your Honor.
If you have feelings for her, own them. But if you stand here and deny it, one, you can't move forward, and number two, she's not gonna believe you anyway.
Ms. Manning, you have now gotten your answers.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where is this going?
It's over. It's over. I'm not marrying him.
Well, we also have a lawsuit.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, when you're in a relationship, you incur expenses, and it should not be yours and yours. It should be an ours kind of thing. She believed that you wanted to be with her and her alone, and clearly that's not the case. The ruling is for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I can tell you love each other, but you got some things you need to crawl over and under and get it straight if you're gonna go forward.